Welcome to One Chemistry. Always do your best. Now let us see about 100 conversions in organic chemistry. We are seeing it as episodes. If you didn't watch previous episodes, I encourage you to go and watch. Here we solve 5 problems step by step. Stay tuned. Let us see the first question. The starting material is substituted toluene where methoxide in meta position. The reagents are lithium in liquid ammonia and tertiary butoxide and the peracid. Here 4 choices are given where the epoxidation will be happen. So you should know the reagents and their selectivity here. The answer is C. Let us see why. Here the first step is bichdation. The double bond will form near the both electron rich groups. The electron rich groups are methoxide and methyl. So the double bond should be near. That's why it is kind of quinone kind of architecture. The double bonds are away but near to the methoxide and methyl. Then you are adding peracid. Peracid, if you add, the property of peracid means it will always attack the electron rich position. The methoxide is electron rich because of its lone pair. So methoxide will form the oxide position. So at methoxide the epoxide will be formed. This question all about selectivity. You should know the selectivity of both reagents. One is bichdation, another one is epoxidation. Then question number 2. The starting material is the kind of bicyclic product with heteronitrogens are there and the reagents are N-bromosuccinimide and the radical initiator which is benzene peroxide and heat and aqueous sodium hydroxide. Here the 4 products are given, 5-member ring formation is possible and the ring product contain oxygen is possible. Here you have to know the reagent and its selectivity to answer it. The answer is D. Let us see why. The starting material contains the methyl group in the allylic position. So if you use N-bromosuccinimide, allylic position will form. Or another way you can say it will form benzyl radical. The benzyl radical is very stable one by resonance. So it is stable. So the bromine attack will be happen there. So the CH3 converted into CH2Br, which is very clear. Then the NaOH attack will happen. So replacement of bromine with NaOH leads to replacement in the any one of the bromine group. Both can be replaced but we can see step by step. So OH will be formed by SN2 reaction. Here itself internal SN2 will be happen. Meaning the reaction will happen itself. OH will attack bromine, bromine will leave and the 5-member product will form there. So 5-member cyclic product will be formed which oxygen is the hetero one. Here the one point I have to mention, no cyclization after dibromide formation. It is possible by theory but in practical it has high ring strain due to the butane, cyclobutane. So 4-member never forms, only 5-member containing oxygen heteroatom form here. Then the next question, where starting material is bicyclo system, kind of Decalin system, which contain double bond and methyl and hydrogen. The products are only differ in stereochemistry, where both OH are above, both OH are below, or OH will be near to methyl or away to methyl. Here all about selectivity and stereochemistry, you should know that one. The answer is D. Let us see why. The starting material is bicyclic system, kind of Decalin. So you have to know the Decalin system. The starting material can be redrawn with bicyclo system which is in chair form. The product is trans, so you got trans as trans Decalin kind of thing. The alkene is there. You are using CBPA which is the epoxidation. So epoxidation happen definitely trans to the methyl group. Here I shown clearly epoxidation, the O will form trans to the methyl group. So it's fine. The epochs doesn't both COs in cis, so it should be equatorial and axial. If you know very well the position of axial and equatorial, epochs doesn't both CO in cis. According to first Plattner rule, cyclohexane go always axial nucleophilic attack. Why? Axial attack lead to chair form, which is very stable among the cyclohexane. The equatorial forms the twisted boat form, which is very much unstable. So axial attack only possible in one position because that position is free. The second position is in equatorial form because in first position axial is free, second position axial is not free because its form epoxide. So only axial attack will happen. Here selectivity dictated by first Plattner rule, so the product will be different one than you imagine. You should know first Plattner rule or else you draw wrong. So CH3 is cis to OH and the OH are trans, so the product is D. Then the question number 4, which is a kind of glucose pyranose system. The all OH groups are stabilized by ACO or protected by ACO. The reagents are HBr and ACOH, and the next step reagents are AgNO3 and MEOH. It may look very hard, but the product is easy. You should know selectivity in attack. The products are only differ with bromine and O-methyl group. They are asking you whether the attack is possible in axial position or equatorial position. Here answer is B. Let us see why. The starting metal ACO is given where the stereochemistry is not specified. The HBr attacks, the Br is formed there. The Br forms only in axial position due to its anomeric effect. Anomeric effect means the only in axial position the anomeric, the bonding orbitals are parallel to the lone pair of oxygen. Hence it has extra stability. So bromine in axial attack only stable, which is the trans to that group. If it is in equatorial, there is no lone pair overlap, no stability. So bromine in that one. So bromine in axial position. Next step is very interesting one, which is the anchimeric assistance of the Cornell group. Here it is interesting because the lone pair participate in the neighboring group participation. So it will assist the bromine to leave. So bromine is forming. So the next group is methyl attack. Since it is a NGP formation, the methyl will form at the same way that bromine forms. So it's also axial. So you should know axial bromine and axial methoxide. Here all about selectivity. The selectivity defined by anomeric effect. Then the question number 5, it looks very big but the problem is very simple. Here the bulky molecule cholesterol derivatives are given. They are asking the ring opening reaction. They are asking whether Kahn or disrotation or thermal or photochemical. Here all about pericyclic reaction you should know. The answer is B. Let us see why. Here the ring opening reaction is there. 6 electrons are involved and the product is trans and cis. So the trans and cis, 6 pi electron, it leads to Kahn rotation possible. It definitely come from Kahn rotation, which is the photochemical reaction definitely. So photochemical reaction and Kahn rotation. But if you observe the product is again double bond is rotated. So the same reagent I written again with hydrogen there. First hydrogen replaced to the 7th one. So first one the hydrogen transfer occurred to 7. So 1 7 hydride shift occur, double bond switches to the desired product. Here problem may look tougher, but here you have to know only pericyclic reaction. What kind of hydride shift also there. That's all from me this episode. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestion, comment below. Stay tuned for next episodes.